outside.
Lil Durk. So Lil Durk posted this on his IG story. He said, don't matter how big that money roll is, you can post it definitely if you came from nothing and got it out the mouth. My thing with this is, let's see what your bankroll was looking like before this King Von stuff, and then we can talk about getting it out of the mud. Because what he had before is what he definitely got out of the mud. What he has now is because of King Von, and no one's gonna tell me different. Haven't you noticed this as well? He would post pictures looking like Von, but he wouldn't post a couple pictures of King Von, the actual person, on his page. Make it make sense, like something's going on. That basically means that he can't get up every day like Von get up every day and looked at T-Roy 24/7 on all his social medias. He can't get up every day and do that. He can't get up every day and look at Von. Why do you think that is? He would prefer to post a couple pictures looking like Von. No one's going to tell me Lil Durk is not where he is now because of the interest of King Von, because of the way people feel about Von, and to see how he feels and what he's gonna say and stuff. And he's running people around and he's not saying anything, and he's saying a few things here and there. You know, oh, it would have been great, like R.I.P. Von, and he will post a couple pictures looking like Von and stuff. Like it's just all weird. So Pooh Shiesty posted this. He said, Pooh Shiesty x Von, about time. Did Pooh Shiesty and Von have a track before? Or are they going to merge a track together like what they normally do, because they have King Von's music? And now as they have King Von's music, they can do that to anyone. Literally, that person can pay them for a feature and they can just merge a song together and try to make it look like he send that song to the person, or he was doing that song before he went in, but then that person would be paying big money for that song, and then he would still try to come out and try to show us that OTF is not turning up to King Von. A lot of things is going on, literally. So NLE Chopper left a couple of comments on the King Von's channel. He said, I love you 2 times. He said, I love you 2 times with a heart on the next one. And this is just crazy. Like, this is what I'm saying. I never find stuff like this of gang nowhere. I never find stuff like this on his channel or anything. Like, you can just tell, like, the real ones. You can just tell, like, when I read that comment, I literally felt how NLE Chopper felt. I just imagine, like, he listened to Mine Too, he likes Armed and Dangerous and Ride. Not saying that the others don't leave comments like that, they do, but it just don't come across in the same way. You just don't get the same feeling like, wow, they're really hurt. Bona made this jacket of King Von, and this is how it looks and stuff. Do I really like it, to be honest with you? No. Like, I don't like how they actually, you know, showing off V-Roy, and it's like he was put on a hat, he was put on a chain, he's left in the media. And even the color red is all connected to Sacrifice. You only see him in the media. Every time I go on Instagram, everyone's seen him. No one can't stop watching Von. Everyone watch Von every single day. And then you have Durk come out on the side and trying to be like, oh yeah, got it out of the mud. No, you didn't get out of the mud. What you got out of the mud is what you had before King Von. This post was made by King Von Daily. He said King Von would supposedly have a song on the upcoming Fast and Furious movie with Lil Durk, Trippie, Offset, and Kevin Gates. He should be on one of the soundtrack in Fast and Furious, the new Fast and Furious that's coming out, and then Cardi B is on that as well. So Paul, the guy who died from that movie and stuff. So it's all connected in a weird way. Lil Durk is on there as well. You know, Lil Durk is trying to push this twinning thing. Fast and Furious being like the biggest movie for like decades and stuff, and then they keep coming up with all these different parts, and Paul Walker not in. So this page is saying that they don't know for sure, but he supposedly should be on there on the soundtrack for Fast and Furious, the new one that's coming. It's going to be sad there, because they're going to make it sad and put all the sad music behind it and everything. FBG Duck Mom did an interview with the Real Tune TV, and she spoke about FBG Duck and King Von and the music and all of it, and she said drill ain't the same without FBG Duck and King Von. And it will never be the same. Compare them to Tupac and Biggie Smalls, and them being in the industry, kind of similar situation. Apparently he was trying to stop what he was doing and tried to bring people together and stuff, but then they didn't want that. They wanted to continue the beef and stuff because that was really big at the time. So even though FBG Duck tried to stop it and say that him and King Von used to go to school together, and you know, King Von used to hang with us and stuff like that, and King Von used to hang with him and all of it, they tried to stop that from coming out to the public. And that's why some people think that he was in the middle of exposing what they were doing when it comes to them pinning bodies on King Von and them, you know, saying all this stuff and basically selling a profile to the public of this person. And FBG Duck was someone that was trying to expose the situation. That's how he came about with saying that Little Duck would end up sacrificing King Von for fame. And then they tried to make it look like King Von did it. Obviously, we don't know for a fact, but then people is running with that. Like, if it's solid facts, like if it's King Von took out FBG Duck 100%, Little Duck is, you know, confirmed stuff and all that. And it's funny because how they use this past life to sell to the public and they sold this portfolio of Von is how they would end up using his past life, like they did, like the manager did against him when they are all making money off of that stuff. And all the stuff that King Von was speaking about in his music is stuff that he lived, stuff that he been through, stuff that is connected and relatable to him and that people relate to. And Little Duck don't have that sort of energy. Like, he's a singer like crazy. And another thing as well, the song that he made, Backdoor, I feel like that song, he made that song Backdoor because he's scared of all of his friends. Like, you know, he's scared that his friends is going to take him out because of the money and stuff. And then I was reading the case where him and Bezu went down together. He was on a gun charge back then when he went down with Bezu, and then they charged Bezu on the other thing. But then they asked him why, basically. I think he kind of gave them like a little line, or he tried to bust a bar or something, why he rolls around with guns and stuff. And he's basically saying that people are trying to take his money off of him. So that's why he's like, you know, I mean, he was running for his safety. So that means he's scared that people is going to backdoor. He's scared of all his friends. He can't trust no one around him. And that's why he made the song Backdoor. Close that backdoor, can get snaked out by the homie, because he's scared of all his homies, all of them that he promotes and stuff, and his, you know, his killers and everything. He's scared of them. He hangs with this one and he hangs with that one, and he basically doesn't tell you what he did, because what he really did is just got caught with a couple of guns that he needed because of the people that he hanged around and the stuff that he, you know, the Black Disciples gang and all of it that he needed. So he needed to roll around with this kind of stuff. So it doesn't really make any difference, because when you live that kind of life, obviously you would need to have that on you 24/7. It becomes the norm. It becomes something normal. You know, people claim that he done other stuff, but then I truly feel like the other stuff that people are claiming he done is stuff that he made up when they came up with that whole plan on how to really sell their self to the public. Is something that probably they put down as like, you know, oh, Little Duck got 2 bodies and stuff, which is all false. Not saying he wouldn't have done something to prove a point because of the people he hang around, because of the people he's with. And that's why I think the day that he was with Von and stuff and that situation, that's why he actually, like, you know, they actually saw him doing something because of the people who he was with, because he's trying to relate to the people and stuff like that, which he couldn't, because he couldn't relate to Von. And that's how it all happened. And now he's trying to tell people that he's actually making all this money and he got it out of the mud and stuff, and basically ignoring the fact that people are watching because of King Von, ignoring Von. He has yet to update his profile cover of King Von. He never did that. Why do you think that is? Because he prefers business more than King Von, more than twinning them.